Back in 2022, Subaru brought out the new generation of the WRX, and it came out with a lot of hype, a lot of controversy, and a lineup of trims that were meant to give buyers options. Fast forward to this year, and that story looks a bit different. Today, I wanted to break down what the WRX offered when it first hit the market, how this trim stacked up, and where Subaru has taken the car now, especially with the recent price hikes. The new VB WRX launched for the 2022 model year. Subaru had ditched the STI but kept the WRX alive with its brand new 2.4-liter turbocharged flat-4 engine, making 271 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque. You had two transmission choices, a 6-speed manual and Subaru CVT transmission that they called Subaru's Performance Transmission. At launch, the WRX came in 4 trim levels: Base, Premium, Limited, and GT. The base model came with a manual transmission only, cloth seating, the smaller 7-inch display. Simple, but affordable. The Premium added the larger 11.6-inch display, better audio, and you could even option it with a CVT. The Limited added leather-trimmed interior, Harman Kardon, sunroof, and more safety technology. The GT came exclusive with the CVT transmission. This was the luxurious WRX, with adaptive dampeners, Recaro seating, and drive mode selection. So originally, you could get into a WRX for about $30,000 if you went with the base trim level. A big reason why the car always had that reputation as the affordable turbo performance sedan. Jump ahead to 2025 and the lineup has shifted. The base trim level is now gone, and the Premium is now the starting point, meaning the cheapest WRX is no longer in its low 30s, but it's nearly $39,000 after Subaru's latest price bump. On top of that, Subaru has slapped a $2,000 increase across the board this summer for tariffs. That puts the Limited at over $43,000 and both the TS and GT at almost $49,000. What is the result of that? The sales are struggling. Compared to last year, the WRX numbers have dropped almost 30%. Subaru has blamed a lot of that on inventory. But let's be real. Raising the price of what was supposed to be the most affordable all-wheel drive turbo sedan does not help. The TS trim is one of the bright spots for enthusiasts. It is the closest thing that we've gotten to an STI right now, with Brembo brakes, adaptive dampers, Recaros, and a manual-only setup. But this package pushes the car to nearly $50,000. What also makes this a bit tougher is when you look at the competition. You can still buy a Honda Civic Si for under $30,000 or a Hyundai Elantra N in the mid-30s. Even the GR Corolla, which is priced really high and hard to get, is very close to the WRX pricing right now. This puts the WRX in a very awkward spot. It's no longer the budget all-wheel drive turbo sedan, but it's starting to creep into the higher price class without delivering a big performance leap. Why the price hikes? Subaru said that this isn't about tariffs, but rather production costs and market conditions. The reality is, every automaker right now has raised prices, but Subaru seems to be especially aggressive with the WRX, considering its customer base has always been younger enthusiasts. At nearly $40,000, a lot of younger buyers might start looking at used STIs or used GR Corollas or even hot hatches instead of buying new. The community has been split since the generation has dropped. Some people hated the plastic cladding from the start, and some people loved the interior and tech upgrades. But what everyone agreed on was the WRX needed to stay attainable, and now it feels like that part of its identity is slipping away. There's also the big question about what comes next. Subaru hasn't committed to bringing back the STI, and rumors point to the next evolution being some form of electrification. That could mean hybrid assist or even a fully electric WRX down the line. If that happens, the current VB generation might actually end up being the last traditional gas-powered WRX that we see, which makes its current pricing sting even more. These price hikes also affect the used market. A few years ago, you could find a clean, low-mileage WRX in the mid-20s. Now, even used VB WRXs are pushing well over 30, and older STIs have shot up in value because enthusiasts see them as the last of an era. So Subaru's in a tricky spot. Do they keep pushing the WRX up market, risking the loss of its core fan base? Or do they pull back, realign the pricing, and try to win back the younger buyer who just wants an affordable, fun car? So the WRX started this generation as a relatively attainable, fun, all-weather performance sedan, but in just a few years, it's gone from a $30,000 base car to nearly $40,000 to start. The question is, has Subaru priced the WRX out of the very market it was built for, or will the buyers still see it as the last affordable turbo all-wheel drive manual sedan on the market? Let me know what you think in the comments.